Hello, hello, Professor Bright here, and we are back to our, well, old ways. You know, it occurs to me that it might be pretty terrible of me to actually be, well, doing what I'm doing on account of the whole sacrificing other practitioners for money, but I mean, there we are. Moth sheds its skin. The novice must only shed their clothes and their past. And this pawn is just a pawn, nothing more for now. Alright, let's get, yes. Let's get back to where we were, and, as per usual, continue recruiting for this little project of ours. This little club. Yeah, the thing is, though, I really want to be able to dream soon so I can get rid of some of this nonsense. You won't discover anything. Nothing important. All will be well. Let's see. Thinking I want to go exhaust Moreland's shop as my next big project. On the other hand, we could, but no. No, I have sufficient reason, I believe. I could always use more, though. Yes, more reason. I want to get myself a fourth. Yes, that would be my fourth reason. Because if I do, that makes things a lot easier long term. An occult scrap? Well, I mean, I have to take that. Maybe explore places, find new relics and such. Oh. Curious. I walked in the wood last night, and the scissors worked in the distance, and the furred things crammed my mouth and swarmed my ears. And I felt the odd urge to drop to wolf fours and nose among the roots. I remember that I walk upright by day, and I know fire and steel in words, and at last I found where the velvet had concealed a secret on a tree bark beneath moss. I read it then with the tips of my fingers, and I think now that I could write it in full. Useful. More importantly, that's going to get me somewhere. Where? Who knows? But if I recall correctly, I can use dread and contentment to kill the dread. Excellent. In 12 seconds, we're going to paint to deal with some of this restlessness. It will be lovely. I have to make sure that I don't go the way of my 3 predecessors already. Not a good place in the sequence, I have to say. Not the best that we've ever done. Huh? No new leads. Unfortunate that. I have 83 seconds, so I can spend that on painting to deal with this restlessness. Ha! Just have to keep an eye on everything. Fascination. A problem, but one that can be dealt with. And new cult members. Oh, it's gonna be lovely. Lovely to have more. You can go over there, you can go over here. You, I might move down a bit. Oh? Treasures lie before us. Their bodies lie in robed huddles, each indistinguishable from the next. Step over, move on. Are there any more obstacles? It doesn't look like. Unless I am much confused. Oh, I cannot wait to see what my friends have brought me. Dearie me. Oh, this troublemaker, though. They're weak. I don't really need to worry about them too much. Still. A fleeting reminiscence. Delightful. I think I want to change this, though. Enlightenment's all well and good, but perhaps there are other endings I should, look into. Oh? Ooh. This whole matter of reflections, though. Dedicate myself with the lore of the principle I seek, or focus my efforts elsewhere. Interesting. I'm curious. Meditate on my goal of unearthly knowledge. I'm just kind of wondering what other goals there are. There's been a few DLCs since I last did this, so, you know. See what my options are. Enlightenment's all well and good, but There's an appeal to forge and various other hours. There we are. Huh. I finished a painting to the excitement of absolutely no one but me. A pity, but also, it served its purpose. Now, on the matter of this tentative evidence. Yes, let me put all my reason into that. Little monster might be gaining power. Worrisome. Ah, Sylvia. Hello, hello. Sylvia lost her eye in the woods when she was 9 years old. Every year at Candlemas, she returns to the place she buried it. Curious. A welcome addition to our little club, though. Perhaps I'll look for someone else, though. Or, well, we might as well recruit when we find them, yes? Come, Sylvia. Join us. Our little merry band. Ah, and this fool detective doesn't find anything wonderful. Interesting. Well, we're not gonna worry too much about this one right now. We'll have to take them out, of course, naturally. But not just yet. Secret devotions. Beneath the altar, in a box secured with a complicated triple knot, we find a trove of books, and more besides. A knife rank with old blood, a twist of cloth, a leathery remnant of something the minister must have surrendered at his ordination. Oh dear. The minister's bedchamber is grand in proportion, but sparsely furnished. Beneath the window, a feathered ornamental axe rests beside an enameled chalice drum on a little altar of yew wood. Curious. De bellis muorum. Okay. Cione et abados. The sound of someone driving away. Oh, Greek. Perfect. Have use for that. Rose of Nuriel. And an unattended church. The minister disappeared one night quite abruptly, with his inner circle and the church's chiefest treasures. He's widely assumed to have gone to a better place, possibly a sunny place beside a shining sea. We could recruit his leaderless flock, make this our base of operations, and that does seem tempting, doesn't it? I mean, we have this temporary headquarters, but why not a better one, yes? And a church is as good as any place, I suppose. We'll look into how we might do such a thing. Oh, there we are. Move our organization's headquarters to a new location. No return is possible, it can reduce notoriety. And there, that problem is solved. Okay. Now we have a church of our own. Oh, isn't it lovely? Gonna have to work on going through these books, though, gaining more power that way. This pawn can live over here. Eldritch, you're of the... yes, one of our edge fellows. Moth finds light in the dark, and so do I. A bit of restlessness. Unfortunate, but can be dealt with easily enough. Ah, wonderful. Where's that other erudition? There you are. And... I believe you're of Moth. Wonderful. Exactly the sort of person I need. Now continue talking on matters of Moth. See who else we find. Oh? I've decided to remain as I am, for now. Fair. Although on the matter of dreaming... I wonder. No? Wonder what else we might do. I'm sorry, where's my fellow gone? Seems he's looking for a vault to target. Something will have to be done about that. But right now, it's fine. Right now, it's acceptable. Let's see. Huh? That's upsetting. As for dreaming, might as well just go through the woods as per usual. see what we find there. Ah, progress. Progress indeed. Damning evidence. Most useful, most useful. And payment? Yes, perfect. Now, I would give this damning evidence to someone else. Let me see here. Just continue investigating for now. We have no target, unfortunately, not for another 34 seconds. Ugh, and a touch of restlessness that immediately... Oh no, just decay down to restlessness, that's fair. Alright, we're building up quite a bit of power right now. Well, not too much real power, but enough that we have more than what we started with. No address is really ever permanent. Like our bodies, we leave them all in the end, but for now this is home. Our little heterodox church. Even on Sunday morning there are quirks in the order of service, but most outsiders don't notice. Outsiders are not invited to the ceremonies we hold at chillier hours. I wonder about this sanctuary bit. Place funds here to raise knock influence. Intriguing. Not all doors are wounds, but every wound is a door. The history of this place is rich with both wounds and doors. With the right materials, we can soften the air where once the air opened. I'm curious what effects that will have. Very curious. It probably gives me knock influences, which, not the most useful of things, but still. And perhaps I should have used that work in order to paint to deal with this dread. But I can always dream using health, and that's not really an issue. Ah, wonderful. So, we're gonna get ourselves a little bit more reason. Knowledge is a city wall built stone by stone. But what waits in the darkness beyond the walls? Why would we need a fortress except that we had something to fear? Interesting. Now, are you just the same as you were? Nothing of great importance. This dread, though, that's a problem. Just waiting to become something more. Ooh, not quite enough, I don't think, but maybe. Maybe enough to promote someone. Let's find out. Yes. In ye room imos noc et te et. Sort of broken Latin. Yes, let's get some contentment going. Make a fair point. Opium's safer. Yeah, opium's a lot safer. Just that possibility that it might create dread. Yeah, that's not. Compelling evidence, and I would hope... Wait. Yes, let's deal with that first. Not at risk of losing my job, so yes. Paint, use the restlessness. And as soon as this talking is done, we should be able to maybe promote someone. I don't know if we have quite enough influence. Or I should be more specific, moth influence, but we might. We might have just enough. Tonight no door in this church will close, no lock will require a key, and every heart will be opened. A subtle flaw. Useful, but not what I need right now. Also, let me put these down here so I'm a bit more organized, somewhat organized. And we're going to explore this little occult scrap and see what else we find. Don't get me wrong, the books are lovely and all, but there are greater works to do. Well, place behind desire. We'll see what that becomes. There's some of that opium to deal with the dread. And by opium, I mean contentment, which basically is the same thing. Okay. You can stay over here. And who we found? Oh, just another well, future pawn. They're not a pawn yet, but they will be in time. Stack that back. It'd be nice if those auto-stacked. Also, I wish I knew what this button was supposed to do. That's neither here nor there. Yet more reason. Delightful. And as for studying, well, I mean, we do need Greek, so... Of course, I have a little Greek already, but I'll need more than a little. And we'll just talk on the Sexton's secret. Oh, wait. Almost forgot. That could have been unpleasant. Now, the question is, will this be enough? No. Nope, not quite enough. So I need just a tiny bit more moth. A little bit more power would do it, or a better influence. Huh. C'est la vie. I guess we'll continue talking, just on the Watchman's secret now. Always be talking. Recruiting, finding new friends. Nothing. And nothing for me to worry about. Perfect. Okay. All is reasonably close to all right. That's a problem. As is that. I'll take that, though. A little bit of glimmering. Fleeting reminiscence, which I don't think I can convert into anything useful. It's a memory, but it's not a useful memory, unfortunately. Could maybe make these glimmerings into something, but I don't really need too much passion, truth be told. Let's use all this reason. And hopefully finish off this troublemaker. Now, as soon as this progresses, we should be good to go. Or at least we'll have more information, a few more books to go through. St. Agnes's Hospital. They did good work here once. Certainly there were a few too many amputations, but then there are individuals who one would prefer not to walk the city streets. Understood. Well, understood. Go, my little pawn. Go and find me something useful, please. I wonder if I could... No. Okay. Fair, I thought I would try it. But sadly, I cannot. Can't do what I want to do, I should say. Ah, a determined and distinctive tongue, but I have the measure of it. And I feel like the sound is getting louder and louder. A little bit worrisome. Not too much so, but yes. A little bit of edgelore would be fine. Light... There's a lot of different powers here, and I don't know that I want all of them. None of them are moth, which is kind of upsetting, but... Here we are, Chione at Abydos, a play dealing with the 9-year sojourn of a snow goddess in the Thracian city of Abydos, by Apollo Fireweaver. It enjoyed success in London in its 1892 edition, then was republished from, apparently, an older Greek text. The entity called Chione arrives in a blizzard and demands the city gates are barred. As Abydos falls under her spell, the dead return but do not speak. Because of course they don't. Okay. Let's go back to the wood as per usual, actually. When dealing with this, can I use... No, just contentment. An unfortunate state of affairs. More opium, please. More drugs, please. This is, not the best use of our... Wonderful. Little troublemaker's gone, and dread's become an issue again. Ah, well. We will deal with it, as we will deal with this affliction. One contentment, which will deal with that. This affliction can be dealt with money. We're about to get a huge cash infusion in just a moment, and there we are. I'm sorry. No, you didn't find anything. Really? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter in the grand scheme. Moreland shop, let's go and keep buying things. Buy yet more books. Neville, hello, friend. You know, Neville, we really must talk. Let me just shove you over aside. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, let's talk about joining our club. Now, sure, we're killing a few other practitioners, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. 7 funds, a lot of burnt out reason, but, well, that was always going to be the case now, wasn't it? For 8 years, let me just check something. Yes. For 8 years, the city is a place of slow death, frosty ecstasy, and silent beauty, but in the 9th year, a conspiracy of shouts is mounted against the quiet that Chione demands. The conspirators open the city gates, and a scarred man comes to drag Chione out by the hair. Summer returns, but the conspirators die of remorse. A white ceremony. Which is just a more powerful winter influence. Well, by influence, of course, I mean, lore. Very powerful, though. Very, very powerful. Well, compared to what we have. If we had that in Moth, it would be perfect. We'd be able to start promoting people, but that's not what we have right now. Study de Bellis Morum, an 18th century epic poem by the pseudonymous Solipsistos? There we are. The poem elliptically describes a war between beasts, weather phenomena, and arcane concepts. It's quite specific about their tactics. As for work, well, we have nothing here, so a little bit of passion, a little bit of painting. No reason not to. Although what I should be using is the skill of wild imagination. Oh well. Other choices have been made. The 6 letters on necessity. Warnings and confessions about the cost of the invisible arts addressed to a student by 17th century magus and reputed immortal, Julian Kozele. I'm willing to throw more money at that. At least until we get some Moth influence. I'm kind of desperate for that stuff right about now. Alright, and where did I put my ways? There they are. And a little bit of passion to keep us there. Very good, very good. Now keep investigating, you won't find anything. Neville, you are going to be incredibly useful. Yes. A little bit of knock influence is always good for the team. Perhaps I should move said team just a little bit over this way. Yes, we'll do that for now. Keep you there. Alright. And of course, keep talking, keep talking. Keep trying to find, say, some patrons would be lovely right about now. The burning of the unburnt god. More forge. Which, don't get me wrong, forge is all well and good, just not exactly what I need. Enid, along in the making. Enid always sees her enemies coming, all the time. Let's put you over here for now. And you are dealt with, wonderful. The glimmering, nothing else useful. The 2 one joined and the honored distinguished, consequently blood. Chiliarch's lesson. I say. As for studying, let me see here. Onward is contained by silver. Let's translate that and make it something useful. And actually, Oriflamme's auction house. Let's see what we have. Of course, I'll take that. Thank you. Nope. Dearie me. I just sort of assumed I was investigating. Where did my rival go? Enid, where are you? Well, that's upsetting, but I can always argue for my position again. It's just slightly annoying that I have to. But here we are. Yeah, no way around it. Ooh, always take the occult scrap, although we haven't gone through the well of the Temple of the Wheel yet, have we? I I need occult locations. It's a fact. I know what I need. Also, it'd be nice to not have all my passion exhausted, but that's not to be. I know, dear. A scheme to murder a hunter is afoot. A rival intends to end a hunter. This may be to my advantage, but it may also draw attention. This is the problem. I need to pay attention to one too many things. Collection of poetry would be useful. I'm willing to bid on that. I know. Oh, has my passion been stolen by something else? Well, damn it. Oh, let's take a risky path. I just have to pay close attention to everything. Very, very close attention. On what is contained by silver in, well, now in English. Read Pomander's On What Is Contained by Silver, Dire Bestiary of the Horrors to be found in mirrors. This is a recent edition of a 3rd century text by Pomander. Yes, tell me more, please, please. Fast forward just a little bit. Gotta be a bit more sparing with my use of the fast forward function. I've won the auction, excellent. I'm not entirely sure it was worth it, technically speaking, but... A peculiar rumor, okay. I'll take that. Just the chance of finding something quickly, and ideally a patron, because I do need more. Well, more importantly, I need some specific ones. Don't get me wrong, it's great that you know Sanskrit. Do you know any languages, Poppy? No. Okay. Now, on to this matter. Plead for reinstatement. Why won't they understand? I had things to... And are we back? Okay. That is a little bit worrisome when that happens. Sorry, the mic just sort of muted me, which is quite unfortunate. But we are back. Just as the music sort of dies. Unfortunate that. More importantly, we have, are you exactly what I need? No, but you're close. Close, just not quite exactly what I need. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Mic sort of muted me by itself, as you do. And this, unfortunately, I have nothing I'm able to do to fix. Which makes me sad, because I'm pretty sure she's going to be a lantern influence, which I probably should have recruited. Oh well. Night terrors, a little bit of dread. It's not great, but it's not the worst thing that's happened to us. Start. Use passion. Our work... Well, we can be somewhat lax in this one. Just keep it going. At the moment, Enid is not a threat. Not a proper threat, I should say. That one glimmering, which we will then convert into a lesson learnt. Very good, very good. Okay, progress is being made. And we are, slowly but steadily, strengthening ourselves. Slower than I would like, but still. Here we are. Dormant Dry Soul Curse. Yes, thank you, I'm aware of that. Bleak thoughts, consuming the dread, great. A buzzing in the brain, useless to me right now. A peculiar rumor, though. So many things rise from the well in the wood. Last night it was a swarm with wormy roots. The trees clustered and whispered, perhaps they were welcoming the influx. I found a sleeping soul ensnared in the roots, and I helped them struggle free. When they wake, they will recall my face as I do theirs. Interesting, I don't know that I'm going to be able to use it. There's a price to be paid when one trespasses in a place like this. Someday soon the curse will tighten around us. as you say. I worry about exactly what that curse is going to do to us. But it's not something I can affect right now, unfortunately. Let's just keep this engine going. For now. At the moment, I don't need a massive amount of funds, I just need to continue building. Thank you, thank you. And now, spend all these lessons learnt to create one more bit of passion. Sooner murder an infant in its cradle than nurse unacted desires. Feed my imagination fiercest. Curious. Very curious, actually. I wonder if that's just the upper limit of what I can do with that, or what exactly it's referring to. Yes, I know I need more. Oh. Well, before we do that, though. Come with me, Leo. Join us. And, actually, I need to start recruiting the people I've been, recruiting, as it were. This one is ready. There's a padlock cupboard in the wall. It does not resist our strength. It contains instruments tipped with flint and glass, instruments one would not expect a surgeon to use. It contains other matters of more interest to us, too. What was this place? The door bore no sign, there were no windows. The walls were painted a rich velvet, rich even now after the ravages of rain through the leaking ceiling. A rotting chair has leather straps on the arms, the floor is porcelain and runneled. Okay. The locksmith's dream, trespasses, useful, a bit of knock influence, always useful. Pearl rose dust, not as useful as I would like, but I can make use of these. Stained gloves, what uses have these known? What lessons might they teach my hands? A tool, a useful tool, to be sure, but just a tool. I should move these books, perhaps over here? Oh, worry about that later. Another copy of the Rose of Hypatia versus the Rose of Neriel. Interesting. And of course an empty hospital for, well, should we need it. The dry soul curse settles softly, like a withered hand on the shoulder. Oh, don't take my reason from me, I need that. That'll be quite annoying if that's the case, if that's what that does. Still, we endure, as we must. No new leads, unsurprising. Let's just throw yet more reason at it. Until the problem is solved, of course. In another time, I would have been a seer or a heretic. Perhaps. As for this, Clovette is heart. Not the most useful of aspects, but won't say no to it. Just that I'm disappointed in it. And we're gonna study this little, well, book. Children's stories, really. Nothing too dangerous, in theory. The protagonist, a speechless cat thing called Kitling Ripe, performs a series of elaborate rites to rescue members of her extended family, culminating in the resurrection of her other grandmother, Moldywarp. As for exploring, just send the pawn out. He'll be good enough for now. Dreams continue. There we are. And we'll see what effect this dry soul curse has on us, what unpleasantness results. Street trained by moonlight? Don't especially care for them. Continue exploring. Find me someone useful, please. Ideally someone with a moth aspect to deal with that problem. Let's see. You could quickly become a problem, though. Oh. The curse has taken hold now. The tunnel tightens around all I see. It says heart influence. I don't have any heart here. Protection. It needs to be an influence. Shoot. 15th order influence. Whoa. You want me to have a 15th order influence to resist this? A 10th order influence. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's not happening. Couldn't create those even if I wanted to. And Leo here is another heart. You know, I might as well recruit those pawns. There's really no reason to, though. Just keep recruiting for now. Well, no, actually, not that. Let's talk with Dr. Ibn Aladdin. Get a commission. The doctor would like my help with his research. And I'm willing, if I am able. More streets strange by moonlight. You're not finding me exactly what I need, friend. He wants a very substantial amount of lantern lore. Ah, well, that'll take some doing. I have enough lore, technically. Let's see how that works out. And, yeah, just go for a white ceremony, thank you. Oh, a lot of edge, not a lot of, well, usefulness to him. Although edge has its uses, I suppose. Excellent. Well, there goes Enid. Ah, a wood whisper. When the snake witch killed the stag, Killing snatched one of its eyes. When the dry witch killed the sow, Killing stole a cup of its blood. Then she took them to the place Moldy Warp lay buried. And she shook out her hair and she began to dance. And now we have a little bit more moth influence, if we can get that buzzing in the brain. Ah, that was hopeful. Still, might finally make use of this. Maybe. Regardless, though, his affliction needs to be dealt with. A little bit of medicine. And then once the medicine is used, well, we'll find something else. Sorry. Other things to do. In the original myth, Marsyas lost a musical contest and was flayed by Apollo, who later regretted it. In this version, Marsyas' skin has a further history, most likely used as a drum. Most likely. I mean, that's how the Greeks were, frankly. This is just one dread still. It can be dealt with. The skull creaks the light grays. That's a problem. The beginnings of a greater problem. A restlessness that needs to be dealt with. Okay. Well, once this work is done... some professional muscle. Might look into killing that detective, but that's not what we're here for. Not right now, anyway. Yeah, this is risky. So, what we're gonna do... I have plenty of time on that. We're gonna just use this passion to deal with this restlessness. Then we're gonna start downing opium. Just all the opium we can get our hands on. And explore using this occult scrap to find something else, something new. Pity, I really wanted to work on this little commission, but, oh well. We do what we must to survive. And there's another miscreant. Just a bunch of troublemakers, I have to say. The skin of Marsyas gives oracles, and is later smuggled to Phrygia, where the priestess of Cybele uses it for a drumhead, as I believed. At the opera's climax, the pounding of the drum drives would-be violators of the priestess to suicidal madness. The opera ends with a wistful hymn from the young priestess on the beauty of mountain pines. Naturally. Alright, a little bit more... Yes, of the heart. Tell me about this? I'm sorry. Requires intuition. Huh. To upgrade or subvert this fragment, you'll need glimmerings or an HQ with a sanctuary. Versus... requires practical experimentation. Ew. Okay, so there's new ways of... Oh, there's new ways of upgrading knowledge. I see. I see. Okay. Something to look into later. Right now we have so many books to go through. The Burning of the Unburned God. Jensen hypothesizes a pre-Zoroastrian fire deity whose rites were the rites of smiths. Compiled by J. Wigglesworth, Jensen, from oral traditions in rural Persia. Okay. And then we dream, and then, a little bit of passion, and that is that. Okay, I think more space for my followers, perhaps. It's just a matter of organizing all this is a little bit problematic. And this is more work that we need to get done. So that's gonna go there, and I'm probably gonna move all this a little bit more to the right. I heard something explode. And by explode, I mean dissolve, as they tend to. I wonder if I can upgrade without using multiple pieces of lore like I did before. I wonder. We can learn from each other. Oh, Madame Bechet. A little bit late on the Greek scholaring, but, yeah, there are things that can be learned there. Let's wait on the Wood Whisper, actually. A Mansus glimpse. Madame Bechet, welcome. And a little bit of paint to deal with that, and I need to should have used my dream for the... Damn it. Oh well. Regardless, there's work to be done. Who's our new target? Just some little troublemaker. Someone who doesn't know better. Just use a little bit of reason on that. No reason to do more. Oh, Strathcoin's residence. Okay. Sufficiently cunning accomplice might find entry. Well, I have no reason not to go there right now. Let's send in some professional muscle, just as a precaution, and Neville, I believe. Yes, you have knock in you. Also, we have to rearrange things here a bit. There we are. And 2 funds. I really don't need to send 2 funds, it seems. Seems that so far they've only had 1 bearer each time, but as a precaution. Just in case I end up ignoring it, which is an unfortunate tendency of mine. Let's see here. Oh. Exotic cravings, which are mine to deal with. A buzzing in the brain. Perfection. Let me have this. Can I? No, I can't just hold it there to keep it for a little bit longer. A pity. Jensen ultimately concludes with apparent reluctance that the deity was a goddess. He just suggests that its gender may have been the cause of its suppression. The rites described are often eerie, sometimes grisly. And to our benefit, I think that's the one that requires a sacrifice of a person, but it's a usable rite. This one consumes tools, and tools are valuable at this stage. So, rather unusable for me right now. But I can always hire people. There's always that opportunity. And let's get some of that done. Locksmith's dream in this volume, notoriously, Galmier's prose, begins to disintegrate, and it's not clear which dreams are in fact her own. The 3rd volume of Teresa Galmier's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. Willing to study it. Give me some knock lore, and then I think I'll have all the lore except for Heart, or Grail, I should say. Oh, some friends for you to kill. Well, Victor. Have fun. No new leads? Unfortunate, but not the worst. Yes. We're still debating on that one. Still gaining power at the moment. Actually, there we are. You'll only accept it if I... Only 1 lore. The problem is I don't have a lore fragment that's at least level 6. That is asking for way too much. At least for this stage. Oh, and this passion's kind of... Oh well. Had I not been recruiting at the time, I probably should have gone with something else, frankly, but oh well. Choices made. Choices been made. Oh, no, no. None of that. Thank you, but please, none of this. Disease, oh. Oh, it actually did. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. It actually did make me sick. My breathing has been labored, my thoughts confused. Perhaps I should not have indulged so freely in that cure for pain. Well. Upsetting, but sickness can be dealt with easily enough. It's just a matter of cost. A bit of glimmering, nothing too much, well, too hard to deal with. I wish you would stop doing that. Oh. The woman in the sand-colored robe has told me the stairways of the Mansus go even up. Death is down, the mother of ants guards both directions with each of her heads, and so the passage must always be through a wound. I think the white door might be a wound. There's one reason the dead sometimes pass it. I think I have the other half of the secret now, and I hope my reader can put both halves together. Curious, but more importantly, perhaps. To upgrade or subvert this fragment, you need glimmerings or headquarters with a sanctuary. When breath has blackened the glass, when mist tautens the skin, when woods walk in winter, we hear these words. I have some glimmerings, those should be enough. Dorothy, my dear. Hello, hello. Dorothy is an enthusiastic sort with an eclectic reading habit. She's fascinated by my hints about the shapes beneath the world's skin. Let's see what kind of recruit you are. This one is ready. Oh. Another glimmering. Some passion used. Unfortunately... Oh! An expedition member has fallen. Our numbers dwindle. Oh dear. Let me send in Eldritch, I guess. It appears that's the, professional muscle. Not really a concern of mine. Can I send him back in? I wonder. Seems unlikely, but maybe? No. Alright, send in Eldritch. Yeah, you're wounded now. That's upsetting. Well, no sense in treating them, they're just hired on. And my god, I'm getting a lot of glimmerings right about now. It's a weird timing to that, but let me put you in here and get some of my reason going. Actually, tentative evidence, that's my evidence. Okay, that's worrisome. Still, here we are. Try to get some more power out of the wood. Okay. Let's deal with this sickness. If I have a particular friend, now's the time to renew our connection. Unfortunately, we don't really have anyone we're interested in, although Madame Bichet, I mean... Oof. What can I say? I know what I'm into. Let's see here. Dorothy, you are of heart. Of course you are. Why wouldn't she be? Isn't everyone? Anyone else I can send in? I can send a pawn to give you some more power. I mean, we'll try it. It's the best I can do right now. Contentment to deal with the dread. More fleeting reminiscences. First of the glimmerings to fall. And as soon as this dream ends, we'll be able to deal with that dread immediately, and we'll be that much stronger. The thing is, I'm currently exploring, so I don't know if this is a good choice, but it's the choice I'm making. Always need to use more passion. No new leads, unfortunately. It's a little worrisome, actually. One would think that there would be more leads by now, but... well, evidently not. Oh dear, I shouldn't have... blast. Too eager, too eager. Although, if I'm gonna be here anyway. Let's... I don't have any vitality out, yes? Yes. Let's just... not do that. Continue using the inspector position. And just the one reason, I guess. Not the best choice I can make, but it's the choice I have. It's all about what's available to you. Nothing useful. Another one's wounded? Bloody hell. Okay. I think we do have to abandon this expedition. We're losing a lot of, well, wounding a lot of followers at this point. We'll have to treat him immediately. Says they could die from their wounds, which is not acceptable to me. Our strength is considerable, you say. Well, we'll see how this one turns out. An occult scrap, always useful. How goes the work? Ah, we have evidence now. Tentative evidence, but I can work off that. Oh, and yeah, let's send for some medicine. Yeah, as soon as this talking's done, we have to help Neville here. Help him recover, and we'll go from there. No. I wanted you to do that. Use the tentative evidence, use the one reason, start. Just keep the money flowing for now. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The lore of the wood. I've increased my mastery of the lore of the wood, which we call by its aspect, moth. Excellent. Now. You say we should be able to bring them down. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Let's translate a few of these. Oh? No, translate from Latin. We can't do that, unfortunately. Yep, begin the translation process of all these books. Oh. Sorry. Working on it. All will be well eventually. Oh, so many things here. So many problems for me to deal with. The Watcher's End. Their blood pumps bright, then dark. They should not have opposed us. We move on. Oh, wonderful. Took some doing, but at last. And I believe Saliba here will be a delightful lantern influence, if I recall correctly. But first things first, Neville. Attempt the healing of a follower. Compassion or convenience? Mostly convenience, I'm not going to lie. Perhaps now they'll survive, but there are limits to what the human body can sustain. I'm aware. A little bit of dread. That could quickly become a problem. We have 2 dread out. Not a good place to be. Better evidence. Good. Should I continue the work? Probably not, but we will. Probably worthwhile to, well, save up and gain more reason again because we need it. As for dreaming, that's about to expire. There we go. Rose of Wasnell. What? Did they just change the entire name of the book? Odd. Okay. The heretical teachings, of a disgraced offshoot of the Sisterhood of the Knot, that arcane contemplative order that existed in all histories. This was recorded by Wasney and dedicated to St. Respicius. Curious. The Rose of Nuriel? Lock the study door, the work begins. Huh. That doesn't parse with what I thought that was. Was I not paying enough attention, maybe? I'm not sure. Either way, though, can we upgrade this yet? No. Maybe? Approaching the white door, there's a house in the wood and a door where the dead sometimes go. I've read of the paths the dead take. Neville. The wound is healed, the scar remains, but each scar, as the scholar Shuga once observed, is a lesson. In this case, a little bit more edge to him. Useful enough. Brutal experience. Faustus, I think hell's a fable. Mephistopheles, I think so still, till experience change thy mind. Well, let's recruit Saliba here. And afterwards, Sylvia here can become something more. More night terrors, more problems for me to deal with. Well, found some notoriety, did you? Strathcoin's treasures. Out into the night, we escape unseen, but the next day there are reports of a fire at Strathcoin's. Did someone knock a live coal onto the hearthrug? Or did Strathcoin destroy the place himself as part of some larger scheme? Curious, that, but not relevant right now. Traveling at Night, Volume 3. Ooh, the annotated dream journals of Christopher Ilolopi, sometimes called the only readable occultist. The journal of Alessandro Lacroix. Prince Alessandro Lacroix, not Lacroix, spent years in secret study of the tablets taken from the Fucine marshes in central Italy. I remember Fucine as a language, though. His work will allow you to decipher Fucine texts. Ah, that will be curious. The Wainscot Histories. Subtitles Stories from Behind the Walls, etc., etc. The Locksmith's Dream, Stolen Reflections. Oh, this is quite an expansive one. Sorry, let me read the Wainscot Histories real quick. A miscellany of non-traditional histories compiled by William Gore, including battles not generally acknowledged in countries which appear on no map, told in a playful, apparently fictional manner. This one's a bit of a big one. Let's read this. The fourth volume of Teresa Galmier's expansive work, no longer a discussion of the dreams of artisans, but a valuable survey of other works. The tone is calmer than that of Trespasses, but occasionally fearful, even paranoid. This volume was published in 1926, but almost immediately recalled in pulp by the publisher, either because of the author or possibly the authorities, depending on which story you believe. A few copies remain, and I am curious about that. And then the Treatise on Underplaces. Herein, the 17th century mystic and antiquarian Claude Hersault describes the bounds or underplaces on the borders of dream. He warns that they shift over time. Alright, I'm going to move all my books up here for now. This is a useful place to store them in because, well, I'm gaining more members for my cult, so I need to move things around a bit. Just a bit. As for you, Saliba a believer. Ah, Saliba understands blood, he does not yet understand birth. Okay, intriguing, but regardless, I think it is time to send Sylvia to become something more. Something much more. Promote a believer by invoking Moth. My follower will kneel as a novice and rise as an initiate. I will administer the necessary oaths myself. And then I wonder if we can upgrade her further. I wonder. Nothing new there, but we weren't expecting. More work to be done. Killing other cultists for money and profit, and so they don't steal the attention of the hours, which I desperately want. Not so much want as need. The Rose of Nuriel, which remains the Rose of Nuriel. You're still needed. Translate. And there we are. Nope. Stop that. And approaching the white door. There's a house in the wood and a door where the dead sometimes go. I've read of the paths the dead take. Now, remind me, does that consume health? Yes. In my dreams, I know the path to the white door, through the bounds. but that path is thronged with the dead who pass that way. I will need health to resist their chill. So it does. Now I can approach the white door through the bounds. Now I can press my fingers to it. Feel its chill. Watch it swing open. As it opens, my mouth closes. Tightens. Heals over like a lost deformity. Around and about me is the cobalt light of the Mansus. And so we ascend. Perhaps we should be dealing with this dread, perhaps, but not right now. This is going to create a problem for me, isn't it? Sylvia, a disciple. Sylvia's favorite tactic is to smile and close her eye. It's remarkable how often her interlocutor will blurt out exactly what they are thinking. Now the scissors and then the knife, now the wood and then the bones, now the flutter of the moon and then the dappling of the soul. He was blood and so will we be. And I wonder, could she ascend further, though? Exalt a disciple. To exalt a disciple to a skin twister, I will need moth to at least the 21st intensity. In any case, only very rare individuals will be suitable. Oh my, that is quite a bit. I would need 10 more moth influence. Okay. Good to know that that's a possibility, though. Very good to know. As for what we will be doing, let's explore this, just in case there are other new locations. Of course, the last location we went to injured one of my followers and nearly killed two others. So perhaps not the best choice, but it's the choice we're making. What are you doing, besides causing trouble? Yeah, perhaps we dedicate some more reason to the killing of this one. Oh, just still considering evidence. The Rose of Hypatia. Yes, okay. Curious, though. Very curious about this set of books. It's not something that matters immediately now, but it might in the future. It has something in common with Latin and something else in common with the scratchings of maddened rats. Yeah, that's the language Fusino. Or Fusine. Oh. What do we got? A little bit of restlessness? That's useless to me. Worse than useless. Dangerous. The Orchard of Lights? A Forgotten Chronicle. Useful. Last night I walked in the Orchard of Lights. I plucked the fruit, which is always ripe, and consumed it in 2 bites. The taste is not to be forgotten. As I licked the glowing juices from my fingers, I saw a message carved in the bark of the tree. When I woke, I recorded that message, all I could remember, in my diary. You will be useful. Very useful. One more bit of dreaming, perhaps. And then we'll have to go with the weaker way of the wood until our health is fully recovered. Ah, they've got some evidence against me. That's a problem. That's a problem I can deal with. Oh, and let's move you over here, and you there, and tighten this up a bit. Organization. Not my best, but it's the best I can do right now. Considering an expedition to where? No place with a vault, so nothing for him to do. Ooh, you son of a bitch, I am going to murder the fuck out of this guy. Yeah, all my focus is now on killing him. Son of a bitch just stole Mithraeum from me. A further truth. Reliable. Yeah, this one's dead. He's dead. But yes, entering the White Door. Many of the dead enter the Mansus through the White Door. They wander its corridors in silence until they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other, some force their way into the dreams of the living. A few record their memories on the Mansus stone where it is soft. They scratch it with their nails, you see. Last night I read one of those memories. Yes. Well, I'm going to wait a little bit for my reason to recover so I can entirely focus on murdering the hell out of this one. So let's do some painting. Just some nice, relaxing painting. In places it overlaps with languages I know. In other places, well, I can see why they call it the tongue of witches. But I can understand it well enough now. Oh, I swear that... that infuriates me. Uncover sites in the Shire that feature in the histories. Only nooks remain in the quiet countryside here and there for those who know where to look. Harumph. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. I'll actually continue the translating process. I think there's one more. Oh. Did I translate everything then? Oh, right, that's in Latin. That's in Latin. This is just in English, so I can do it now. This one I'm curious about, though. Oh my. Janus is the gatekeeper, the twin god, the god that wounds, the presager of changes, the sun, the moon. So I identify him with the watchman, the twins, with the mother, with the forge, with the Meniscate and the Madrigad. He cannot be all these, can he? The Flamines knew the church, knew the dry land, knew Elgabalus. Is he then Synthesis, or is he something else? In Galicia, they called him Janus Lamios, but the Obliviates are notorious for their slanders. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit much for me to take in, I'm afraid. A little bit more than what I can handle, I'm afraid. Let's see here. That painting is just gonna keep painting. Okay. An opportunity to use a snare. Unfortunately, I didn't set up an ambush. How could I set up an ambush, by the way? A snare can be used on any independent or defeat an independent's attempt on any vault. Well, with luck, they'll fail anyway. It's kind of annoying, actually, that they can do that. Kind of really annoying. Well, there's an affliction for me to deal with. No, you belong over there. Good. There we go. So, who do we talk to? Just an acquaintance? A hanger-on. I can convert them into useful people, but doesn't seem like the most useful use of my time right now. I have other needs, you see. Actually, I should go with the Rose of Wazne because that might have some lore I need in order to finish off this little commission from Dr. Ibn Aladim. Speaking of, I haven't talked with any of these other ones in a while. I should do that. Unimportant right now. Finish your painting, ideally soon. Because we have things to do. Thank you. I don't think I've ever sold a painting with that. It's kind of unfortunate, but... Alright, now we're going to invest all of our reason in this. Because we want him dead. Oh dear. Fascination. Janus has, they say, not one face but two, to which I reply, why only one? Why only two? Her salts and Cosley, according to Thomas Love Denman, once agreed that Janus was all the gods and none, but later, her salt insisted that he was all the gods and Cosley favored simply none. Denman was a sinister dilettante, but this rings true of them both. Excuse me. Okay, a little bit more lantern lore, a little bit more... Actually... Study the lore of the wood. Become more powerful, and if this one... Yes, if we complete this one... Recover from the affliction real quick. Uncover sites in the Shire that feature in the histories. I'm just thinking... There are some possibilities here that I appreciate. Go search the city real quick. See what you find. Ideally, it'll be someone I can hire. Oh, perfect. Your timing is wonderful. I'm going to go with funds. I'm going to end up sacrificing her, and that really sucks for her, but, well, that's neither here nor there. My rival has failed their expedition. Whatever they sought here, they haven't found it. They've abandoned their expedition for now. Good. Small blessings. Now, I've forgotten Mithraeum. Yeah, it's a hidden door, perhaps, which could be solved using... Well, it's gonna end up being either... Knock. Knock or Forge, as I recall. Yes... Well, we'll see how that turns out. Ah, and good, they're dead. And no one was particularly sad about that. Alright, I need glimmerings is the problem. Let's just dream on passion, see what we find. I'll just use a glimmering to start with. Pawn, shifty woman, who will eventually be sacrificed. It might take a little bit of time, but, well, that's just how that's gonna end. Unfortunate for her, but I mean, what can I say? I need power. And oh, Rhaenyra, an acquaintance. Rhaenyra has been found not guilty 3 times in 3 separate jurisdictions. She will likely never be found guilty of anything. Hello. Now, continue. We're just speaking on winter because, well, that's what we have. Explore, perhaps I should explore more. I mean... You know what? You can be useful. Go, explore. Tell me what you find. Tell me about Mithraim again? Yes, curiosity seekers have picked over this ancient temple, but there may be a hidden door here somewhere. I'm convinced the Mithraim still holds secrets that its discoverers never found. It's unlikely to be dangerous, but the search will require funds. Yeah, show me what you find, because I suspect there are dangers that you're not telling me about. Because there always are. Oh, and I can work on the... Oh, well... As soon as this is done. I almost forgot that I needed that little bit of lore to deal with this commission. Oh dear. Oh dear, it actually is time for me to stop. That might be creating problems. Alright, well, work is done. We've murdered another practitioner. Okay. I will tell you what. Let's see how this exploration goes first. And then once we know what's there, I'm thinking it's time to call it a night. It is Sunday. Oh, more restlessness, really? Now? Of all times? I don't think... See, the thing is, I'm not sure if a vivid imagination helps me deal with the yearnings, is the problem. I don't remember if it does or not. And my assumption is typically that it doesn't, because, well... Well, let's use the fascination there. Could create problems, but dread deals with fascination, and we have dread on the way, so... Oh, just a hidden door. That's all, really? Okay, Neville. Go, solve that problem for them. A little bit of vitality, not exactly what I needed, but... Well... More passion, see if I get any glimmerings, just on the off chance. Okay. Ah, there it is that it? You've resolved an illumination challenge. Well, that's lovely and all, but I was kind of hoping that we would... Good. This is exactly what I didn't need right now. Another acquaintance. Just to keep me apprised, send in some funds. Unfortunately, I can't really add much in the way of, well, anything, actually. Well, Violet, along in the making. Violet has found new hobbies. Good. I was hopeful. This is exactly the scenario I was hoping for. Well, we'll be able to investigate her in just a little bit. Once I've done that, we will call it a night. I know, I've said that several times now, but seriously this time. We must. Also, thank you for just destroying my entire setup right there. That was very kind. You can't spawn these anywhere else, really? Maybe it's just that I put this too close. And there goes that dread to become a problem. But there's contentment, which will deal with the dread when that time comes. Hello, Violet. You are now the subject of an investigation. Enjoy. Faint lines in stone, a surface that yields to pressure. We found it. Okay, let's see how this turns out. We wonder. For now, all is fine, but, what do you got for me? Oh, I've increased my mastery of the lore of the wood, which we call by its aspect moth. And that is 8, which is enough to upgrade all of my followers to make them stronger. Make them more than what they were. Ah, perfect. Study the Wainscot histories? Gore does not mention the Mansus directly, but constantly coy references, metaphorical references, to ascending the staircase of years to the door of sleep into the blue light of dawn suggests he had commerce with the unseen world. Oh, it is a glorious, glorious day for the Wildwood Club. Pope Clifton. Now, you are definitely probably a lantern influence, if I remember correctly. Been some time, but there's some more fascination for me to deal with. Oh, dearie dear me. Well, we have some problems breeding, some fascination that will need to be dealt with. And this exploration is about to end, so maybe we finish it and then call it a day. That's the problem. I know I keep saying that, and, well, it'll be done eventually. It's all fine, don't worry about it. Actually, in all seriousness, Clifton, we have need of you. Join us. A bellowing and unorthodox Catholic with a mystic streak and an untrimmed beard who will be made better. Oh? I thought you already went through this? Fair enough, I guess. I'll take that extra contentment. You never know when you might need it. Although, Dream on the white door. I feel like I'm gonna need some despair in the near future to deal with this fascination. And even in the worst case, it's not gonna be too much of a problem, so yes. Fast forward to finish the expedition. Sorry, I'm just a little too fascinated is all. The constant clatter of closing doors, damp stains, more progress, tentative evidence against our enemy. Ah, wonderful. Oh, you need both my reasons to do that. Well, that's upsetting. And my first bit of lantern. Wonderful. Okay. Now we really must call it a day. So thank you all for your time. And I shall see you all next week. Well, actually, I'll see you all Friday for some Path of Exile at 10 p.m. Might be finishing up that act. Might be finishing the last act I'm going to be doing for the short term, at least. And then on Saturday, we have Sekiro, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Sunday, we'll be back to dive further in. Maybe even dedicate ourselves to an ending. Possibly this one, possibly another. We shall see. Goodbye.